You wake up at 3:17 a.m. inside a motel room with the curtains taped shut. 3 burner phones sit on the nightstand. All 3 are buzzing. You don't reach for them yet. You stare at the ceiling and think about the message that came in 9 hours ago, the one with your real name in it. Your real name, not the one you built, not the one people fear. Somebody found you. You don't know who, you don't know how long you have. This is not where the story starts. This is where it almost ends. To understand how you got here, you have to go back to the beginning. Back before the name, back before the money, back before any of this had a shape.
Level 1. The door opens. It starts in a bedroom with thin walls and a laptop that overheats. You're broke. Not dramatic broke. Quiet broke. The kind where you check your balance and already know the number before it loads. You've heard whispers, forums under forums, a layer of the internet that doesn't show up in any search bar. People talk about it like a rumor, like a ghost story for people who are good with computers. One night, you install something you shouldn't.
A browser that hides your location. A login page with no name on it. Just a black screen and a blinking cursor waiting for you to type something you can't take back. You sit there for 11 minutes before you press enter. The page loads slow, like it's deciding whether to trust you. Then it opens. Lists, categories, usernames instead of people. You close the laptop immediately, heart going fast, like you just opened a door in a house you thought was empty and something inside breathed back. You tell yourself you won't go back. You go back the next night.
Level 2. The first job. The second time is easier. The third time, you stop hesitating. You find a forum where people trade information like baseball cards, emails, logins, small stuff, low stakes, practice ground for people who used to be nobody. You complete one task, just one, routing a single message between 2 strangers who don't trust each other enough to talk directly. $200 in crypto lands in a wallet you just created. It's not much, but it's the first money in your life that didn't come from a job, a boss, a clock.
It feels like power, dressed up as nothing. You buy nothing flashy. You're not stupid yet. You just sit there, looking at the number, feeling something you haven't felt in years. Relevance. A name, not your name, a built one, starts attaching itself to small jobs. Reliable, quiet, doesn't ask questions. Then someone messages you privately. You're better than this level. Move up. You don't answer right away, but you don't delete the message either.
Level 3. The middleman. Moving up means a new room, a private one, invite only. You get vetted, vouched for. Someone puts their reputation on you, which means if you mess up, it isn't just your name that burns. You learn the rules fast because the rules are unforgiving. Never repeat a username across platforms. Never log in from the same location twice in a row. Never trust a deal that feels too clean. You become the person other people route through, verifying buyers, holding digital escrow, smoothing over the moments where 2 strangers almost burn each other down. People start needing you before they ask for you by name.
The money gets heavier. Still not insane, but heavier. Enough that you start converting some of it into cash through people who know how to make crypto disappear into something spendable. You buy a new laptop with cash in an electronics store, and the cashier doesn't even look at you twice. That's when it hits you. Nobody on this side of the screen knows your face, and nobody on the other side of your real life knows what you do at night. You're learning to live in 2 places at once. The first cost is small but permanent. You stop telling your family what's going on in your life. Not lying exactly, just leaving rooms empty where the truth used to live.
Level 4. The private room. A bigger room opens. This one has a name you've only seen mentioned in warnings. People here don't traffic in small information. They move infrastructure, access, tools, networks that companies don't know are already compromised. You get invited because someone respected vouches for you. That respect is currency here, more valuable than the crypto. You start handling negotiations between buyers who want access and sellers who already have it. You're the middle, the translator, the calm voice in a room full of paranoid people. You learn something that changes how you see everyone. Trust here isn't earned, it's leased. Every relationship has an expiration date nobody announces.
One of your closest contacts, someone you've worked with for months, someone you'd call a friend if friendship existed in a place like this, disappears overnight. Wallet drained, identity burned. Forum access revoked, like he was erased from a server. Because he was. Nobody explains why. Nobody asks. You start sleeping with your laptop near your hand. Back in your normal life, people notice you've changed. Quieter, distracted, always glancing at a second phone. Your mother asks if you're okay. You say you're fine. It's the easiest lie you've ever told, because by now, lying has become a second language.
Level 5, the network builder. You stop being someone who works inside the system. You start building your own corner of it. A small network forms around you. People who answer when you call, who move when you say move. You're not just reliable anymore. You're in charge. You set up layered wallets, mixed through services designed to make money lose its fingerprints. You learn to speak in code, even in private conversations, because nothing is private anymore. You just choose what you assume is being watched. Money moves through your hands in amounts that would have terrified you a year ago. Now it just feels like weather, something that happens around you.
You buy a car through a shell of paperwork that doesn't have your real name attached to it.
You start renting a second apartment, clean, anonymous, paid for in ways that leave no trail back to the version of you that has a birth certificate. But the higher you build, the more people there are who want what you have. A rival operation tries to expose your network out of spite, leaking partial identities into a public forum. Yours isn't fully exposed, but close enough that your hands shake reading it. You move apartments within 48 hours. You start questioning everyone, including the people who built this with you. Especially the people who built this with you.
Level 6, the protected target. From the outside, your life looks finished, like you arrived somewhere and stopped moving. You dress better, eat better, sleep in a bed that isn't a mattress on the floor anymore. People in your old life think you made it, doing something vague in tech, investing, consulting. Whatever lie keeps their questions short. Inside, nothing about your life is soft. Every device you own is partitioned, sanitized, replaceable. You memorize phone numbers instead of saving them. You change your daily walking route without thinking about it, the way other people check their phone out of habit.
You have money, real money, spread across wallets, shells, and people who owe you favors. You also have something you didn't expect. Protection. Not from police, from your own network. People whose income depends on yours, who will lie for you under pressure because their silence is profitable. It feels like loyalty. It is not loyalty. It's leverage wearing a disguise. One night, a contact warns you, almost casually, that your name, your built name, came up in a federal monitoring report. Just a mention, just a flag. You don't sleep that night. You start preparing exits you hope you'll never need. Level 7, the Ghost King. Your name stops being a name. It becomes a reputation that moves without you. People you've never spoken to reference you like a landmark. New players use your built identity as a measuring stick. Bigger than, smarter than, more careful than. You've become a symbol in a world that doesn't know your face. That symbol brings weight you didn't ask for.
Law enforcement task forces dedicate threads to identities that might be yours. Competing networks try to provoke you into mistakes just to watch what happens. You go quiet in your real life almost completely. Birthdays missed. Calls unanswered for days. A family dinner you skip because showing up means explaining a version of your life you can't explain.
Someone you used to love sends a message that just says, "Where did you go?" You read it 3 times. You don't know how to answer a question like that anymore because the honest answer is somewhere you can't take her. The empire keeps growing whether you're paying attention or not. People under you make decisions in your name. Some of those decisions are reckless. Some are dangerous. You realize you're not steering this anymore. You're surviving it.
Level 8, the prisoner at the top. You reach the top, and the top is a quiet room with too many locks. You have wealth most people will never see in a lifetime. Moved, mixed, hidden across structures only a handful of people understand, and even they don't understand all of it. You have power, a network that listens, a name that makes other networks cautious. You have everything you came here for, and you are completely, permanently alone. You can't tell anyone what you've built, because telling anyone is a liability with a price attached. You can't walk away, because walking away means someone else inherits your risk, your enemies, your exposure. You can't trust the people closest to you, because closeness was never the foundation. Usefulness was. You sit in rooms with reinforced doors and curtains taped shut, listening for footsteps that probably aren't coming, except for the nights when they might be. You built a kingdom with no exit and crowned yourself its only prisoner.
Back in the motel room, the 3 phones are still buzzing. You finally pick one up. The message isn't a threat. It's worse than that. It's quiet, professional. The kind of message that means someone has been watching long enough that panic won't help you anymore. You set the phone down and walk to the window. You don't open the curtain. You just stand there, close enough to feel the gap in the tape, close enough to see a sliver of gray morning light from a city you can't name out loud anymore.
You think about the bedroom with thin walls, the laptop that overheated, the boy who pressed enter and waited. You got the money. You got the name. You got the power you used to dream about in a room where nobody knew your name yet. But somewhere between level 1 and this morning, the version of you that could have walked away quietly disappeared, and no amount of crypto will ever buy him back. You finally understand the only rule that was always true. You didn't climb to the top of this world. You disappeared into it.